An interesting thing about you was your first job in a petrol station.
It was. I was
I'm struggling to picture that. Tell us about that.
I was a cashier and wages clerk, and I was 16 at the time. And I remember how some of the employees would be embarrassed being handed over their wages by a little child, but it was fun. It was a great working environment. And I was already working with money at that stage, so it was fun. It was a good job.
So accounting was your plan B, is that right? Or
plan A, actually. When I came out of school, I wasn't encouraged to get into music because nobody in my family perceived it as a real career. So the logical thing was to, do the usual. But accounting was one of my best subjects in high school, so that's a field I went into. I worked in that environment for 2 years. It was wonderful. It was really quite rewarding. It was just amazing. But I remember when I got my second promotion, I was sitting with my regional managers, and they were telling me how much potential I had, and something about that was depressing because I was like, I'm going to become you, and I don't like what I see. And I really became depressed. It felt like, that's it, life is over. That I can see what I'm destined to become, and there's nothing exciting about it. And I thought to myself, surely there must be something more to it. I was 22. I finished matric at 16, so I really started everything relatively young. And it was just a scary thought that life would be this way. So I started asking myself, well, if I don't like this, what do I think it should be? And my only association with happiness or excitement was, music, because I was singing throughout college, and that was exciting. I was moving around from college to college, singing in different environments, and just connecting with people again through music was amazing for me. So I thought maybe that's the most logical place to look for a sense of fulfillment. And when my mom gave me her blessing, because I was young as well, she figured, I had a 5-year plan, so by year 5 I would have been 27. So that's still young enough, and I thought, let's give it a go, and that was 10 years ago.
Well, I'm not sure if he's a stalker, but you have had one artist who was particularly interested in you, the Richard Scott.
Yes.
What was the story there?
I remember, hello, that's me.
Well, you see, this is the thing about it, because you wouldn't immediately say that was you.
No, it's definitely my nipple, though.
You can, really? You sure about that?
I know my nipples.
So so now explain this to us. How did this artist come in you didn't sit for him, or did you?
No, we took a picture for the album Vinyl, because they were bringing out vinyls then well, it's not that far back, but they brought out CDs and vinyls because it's dance, so the DJs wanted the vinyl version. And we did this very racy shoot in a hotel in Sea Point, and I was 22, and I'd just come back from London and reading wasted magazines, and I felt that we needed something really risky. The London market was edgy at that time. So we did this crazy thing.
But what was your reaction when...
Well, I tried to hide that picture for so long. Thanks for bringing it.
No worries. The internet, it's a wonderful thing. The thing is, though, this painting is actually quite valuable.
Yeah, I know.
And this artist is quite revered. So, have you spoken to him? Have you even met him before?
Yes, we did a shoot for GQ about 6 years ago, and it was hanging in one of the waterfront apartments. I think one of my ex-boyfriends bought this painting. It's now hanging in his house.
Really? Now that's a bit odd.
And he didn't know it was me. So when I walked into his house, I said, "That's me." And he was like, "Crazy lady."
No, the likeness is uncanny.
That's definitely my hair.
Right.
But he didn't know the whole story, and he couldn't believe it that he had bought this very valuable painting, and then he was soon to date the subject.
Aye.